And welcome everybody. I'm XQX, and with me today is.
SlyArt.
Today we have VMT, so Vote Meme Today versus Yes. Both of these are Majors Division teams, and I believe our very first map is Lijiang Tower. Believe we're just waiting on a start. Let's see if I have an info sheet for both of these teams. And here we go.
Alright, here we go. Just about to start our game. It seems Yes has gone with representing the spark with their player icons, whereas Vote Meme today has gone with the standard Overwatch signal. How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's nice to see some unification between both of these teams with their logos and everything. I mean, we saw a lot of that last season, and it's good to see that coming back into this season.
Alright, hopefully it implies the team has built up some synergy here. Vote
Definitely.
Me today standing for the original Overwatch, whereas Yes, the newcomers are looking towards the Spark, a relatively new team to the league.
Initiating match.
So let's see what we've got here. Okay, I gotta do this. I love that comment. The very first comment I see in the chat is, "I was the one who orchestrated their logos." Okay,
Absolutely amazing.
so let's take a look at what these teams are starting to run straight off the bat. So it looks like VMT is going to be running Kingler on the Lucio, C. Knotts on the Ana, Lil Pepper on the Hanzo, Paper on the Mei, Captain Zay on the Diva, and Sharonkov on the Pharah. And we've got Yes running Ochre on Ashe, Laser Blitz on the Hammond, Widow Only on the Hanzo, Steiner on the Zen, Paper Sore on the Mei, and Testing on the... Oh, it's the swap to Diva. Oh, we got a couple swaps coming out on Yes's side. Let's see how this works out. Looks like both teams are going to start coming straight down through main.
Yeah, we've seen some interesting
They're going to coming straight down main, going to collide, see what they do. Both teams kind of giving each other a little bit of space. Oh, now they're starting the fight.
kind of filling each other out. Who will be first blood here?
Yeah, let's find out.
Both Reinhardt's
Oh,
absolutely going at it.
and Paper Sore's
Paper
shield going
first
down.
blood. Without their main tank, VMT's probably going to have to fall back here.
Now, what's going on here? VMT's in the wrong spawn area, I believe. Hold up.
Have they been pushed back to the other side?
Yeah, I believe. Oh, nope, I'm incorrect about that.
You got me with that one? And here we have an early rally coming out.
Neither team. Oh, they get the cap. Looks like Yes isn't going to give them any space to push here. Just
Both
applying the
Braves using rally
pressure.
here, building up some armor. Paper trying to get in.
Ooh, that's an early grab there. Taking down most of the team. Paper, Little Pepper getting the pick off on the Reinhardt, but it's not enough.
Lucio support ult was almost there, but too little too late as the team
Diva gonna
falls
get staggered,
directly
and
forward.
the Diva gets staggered. That is now a full regroup on the side of Vote Meme. Let's see how they recuperate through this. Let's head on down to the perspective of Sharonkov, their Brig main, and see what see how they're kind of organizing this. Ooh, double shatters coming out from both the Reinhardts. Diva ult taking out the Zarya. Ooh, that is another almost team wipe actually right there.
Yeah, Diva's gonna have to try and jump off here, make sure not to get staggered, but Brig gets the boot, allowing her to get that extra ult charge. And so far we're at 80% here. VMT's only gonna have one more team fight. It's make or break for this point.
Yeah. See if they can come up with some strat of getting around this this goats comp, just holding them straight at the choke point.
So at the 90% mark, someone's gonna have to try and make a move to touch here.
VMT still holding on to some ults here. They may have a fight advantage
Sound
here.
barrier?
Diva ult and Zarya ult coming out. A little high on that Diva ult, but still getting the Diva out of mech. They take down Brig as well, getting onto the point. Is anybody can contest this? No, nobody will be able to contest this. The Zen going down. The Lucio trying to push. It's looking like Yes is going to have to back off this point and just let VMT have it and wait for the regroup. Oh! Brig ult coming
Wait
out.
for their Zen to come back. We've got the rally. Looks like they're going to try and fight this. The huge grab. They've got the Reinhardt. Reinhardt
That's
is
two
down, and now they're
picks.
pushing into the rest
That's
of the
a-
team here. Huge Earth Shatter. And Zarya's booped off.
Ana wiping, and the Brig walking onto point and popping ult. That was a wasted ult.
Did all she could there. What was she going to do? Save it for the next round?
No. Fair enough. First round going to yes. Let's see if VMT can bring it back in the second round here.
From the very beginning of that round, some pretty dominant team fights coming from the side of yes. However, towards the end there, VMT started to show some signs of life. Hopefully, they can try and turn this back around.
Let's see what type of comps these teams are going to run this time. So it looks like VMT is going to stick with their signature GOATS comp here. And it looks like yes is going to start running... Oh, is that full DPS with a Mercy?
They still have time to swap here.
Yeah, they
We're
still
gonna
have time to
look into
stop.
this.
Just give it time, see what yes is going to run. It's looking like they're going to stick... Oh! They're going to go 4 DPS, a Hammond and a Mercy.
Interesting.
Interesting composition here.
It's interesting to only have one healer. The Tracer and the Soldier can self-sustain here.
It
but
looks like
Mercy's
VMT is
have
going to
try
take
and stay
White Room.
glued to this Pharah.
VMT taking White Room and yes taking Bridge. Both teams going opposite direction. Feedball pushing into their team, getting immediately antied. This Pharah is just raining down on their backline there, seeing if they can get some damage and some picks off. Looking like VMT is going to get onto the point, immediately getting picked off by the Soldier. Low Pepper taking down the Hanzo. Leaving the Tracer on point and backline.
And it seems they've turned this around. They've killed the only healer on the side of yes, and they're pushing into the rest of their team. They've capped the point early here, and might get the staggers. They really don't have anything to deal with the Pharah aside from the D.Va, who's currently out of max. So Pharah's just let a free reign over this point.
Hammond having to retreat back to his team. VMT holding this point for a solid 15% now. Seeing if they can continue to hold this.
Zarya pushing into the overextended Hanzo.
Let's see what they can do with this. That's an early pick onto this first team fight here. See if they can keep this stagger going. Keep it.
Here we have the Hammond going around the back. I'm not sure if he's looking for a boop here.
Yeah, don't know what's going on with that.
Far separated from his team. Could be really bad if he gets caught out with the honest sleep and the Brig stun.
Definitely. He's still behind.
Oh, pulse bomb eaten by the D.Va. Well done, Captain. And there we have a big nade coming from the Ana. Hamster's gonna have to try and get out of there.
Yeah. Let's go in on our the Reinhardt. See what the Reinhardt's doing right now. Reinhardt's keeping his shield up. Feedball getting onto the point. Let's see how they deal with these mines. Feedball going down. Mines immediately gone. Tracer trying to get some damage off to get her ult. Getting immediately picked by the Zarya. That's another stagger on VMT side. Getting keeping these team fights at lower than 6 players.
And here we have a big swap coming out. It looks like they've transitioned fully into Zen
Goats. Yeah. Let's see what both teams make of this. See if Yes can push the point and take it with this Goats. But VMT having 3 ults right now is going to be a hard disadvantage.
4 ults online here.
Oh, there's a wasted Rhine Shatter. There is a Zarya ult.
There's a big grab there, but we'll be able to keep them off point. There's the D.Va bomb.
D.Va bomb not getting anybody. D.Va getting out mech'd. Brig getting tossed off to the side, but making it back. That is a team wipe on VMT side. D.Va probably gonna get staggered right here. Is D.Va gonna make it out? D.Va getting hard staggered.
Excellent example of the triangle of counters that is the Goats comp. The Ana Goats being outrun by the Zen Goats. As Zen can put on that Discord, they can heavy focus one character, take them down, and when you lose one person in your Goats comp, you're typically falling.
Yeah, it looks like VMT is gonna try White Room again and see how this goes. The other Yes is sitting in the choke, ready for this. See how they take this fight. Ryan has his ult there. 3 of them are purple. Let's see how they take this.
And here we have the Boostio. Boostio immediately charged a great hammer block.
On the side of
Both
VMT.
down on both sides.
Still fairly even. It's straight even right now. Let's see who gets the next pick. Next pick is coming out on the side of Yes, taking down the Ana on VMT side.
It's like King was just trying to get some ult charge here.
Looks like Yes is gonna hold this point. Great hold on
Rally
Yes's side.
coming from VMT, as not all of their teams there to capitalize on the armor.
Yeah, definitely. Would have been a better
Not sure
chance
if
to
was
pop
used
that
to,
when the team was
save
fully
the
grouped.
tanks there. The tanks could have been taking heavy damage. That might have been why that was used.
Looks like VMT is going to try one more time at taking White Room, but that Zarya is full charge and pushed into them. They have 3 ults on the side of Yes and 1 ult on the side of VMT. That ult coming out,
Trying to use grab here, but the enemy team does have
taking
their
down the
trance.
Reinhardt with that
Yeah,
Diva ult.
Here comes the trance, and they were just walking into VMT here. Brig caught alone, probably going to be the next to fall here.
Definitely.
And there's the Brig.
Oh,
Now-
their Diva's getting out mech'd. Little
The
Pepper
main
taking
tank
down
on the side
the...
of Yes is down, and here comes the Diva bomb. It could be huge.
Doesn't get anybody. Kingler taking down the Zenyatta.
As they were spread.
99 to 99 right now. Let's see which team's going to come out on top on this team fight. It's fairly even. Little Pepper taking down the Diva. The Rhine Shatter coming in.
The Reinhardt, but it doesn't catch the enemy Reinhardt. That's not
No
what you wanted.
capitalization on that. Zarya ult coming in. Brig, the only one left on point for Yes. Being taken down. Is VMT going to take this point and take this round? VMT taking this round.
There we have the last second shatter by Paper onto nothing there, but the round was over.
You know, it's not about getting anybody with that ult. It's just about making a statement. We have the ult. We
Letting
can
them
use
know.
it.
It's about letting you know you took the point and you hadn't shattered yet.
We didn't need it. We have this ult. We didn't need it.
Now we saw Yes trying to run an interesting comp there at the beginning, and then it seems they fell back to the Zen Goats, and there was a breath of life there. They actually almost seemed to take that point, a 99 back to a 99. We'll see if they try and run it here again.
See which team's going to come out on top. It's looking like both teams are going to try running that Goats comp, both with different orientations.
Yeah, as we were saying earlier, Zen Goats able to chunk out far more damage, able to burst down your Reinhardt very quickly because you have that Discord. Everyone's targeting one person, and even though Ana is a strong healer, you can't really out heal the Discord.
I mean, you can get that sustain. Looking like both teams are going to push right into each other. The Brig getting separated from the main team, finally finding itself regrouping. Yes, it's just going to push straight onto the point and force VMT to commit to this team fight.
Yes's main tank has been naded here.
Diva getting out mech'd but not getting killed. This is definitely going in favor of Yes with that Diva being out mech'd. Oh, Lil Pepper taking down their main tank. Lucio going down. VMT is slowly but surely getting pushed off the point. Looks like this is running in favor of Yes. Yes is getting the advantage, pushing VMT all the way back into their spawn right now. Is VMT going to stand for this? Are they going to let the Zarya keep pushing into them? They take down the overextended Zarya. This is a good pick on VMT's side. They can retake this with the amount of members they have. Let's see how VMT capitalizes on this pick of theirs.
Zarya may be looking to grab early here.
That's a Diva ult coming in. Is it going to get anybody? It does not get anybody. Rhine on VMT's Rhine going down. Everybody getting grabbed and antied on the point. That Zen ult not helping. Ooh. But the rest of VMT going down. The hammer coming down on the nano Zarya. Zarya going down. Diva out of mech. Is Diva going to get taken down? Diva goes down. That is a wipe. That is a solid regroup on the side of VMT.
And you got to remember, a lot of ults were invested into that fight on the side of VMT. Whereas I want to say only Trance
It was
and
3
Shatter
ults.
were
It was
invested.
they used Brig ult, Zen ult, and Rhine ult in that fight.
That's a big shatter.
Ooh, that is a
The grabs
huge
were
grab. Is that gonna be capitalized on? Doesn't look like there's any follow-up on that. Still taking down 2 though. Diva sitting in the backline, getting some free damage off on the Reinhardt. Reinhardt pushing into the point with just as Lucio and his Diva.
And here
Diva
comes the
popping
boss,
ult on
Diva.
point. Not gonna
able
take
to
anybody.
capitalize with the barriers there and actually kill before she can remech.
Looks like VMT is gonna get pushed back into their spawn again. Ooh. 2 healers going down, 3 healers going down on the side of VMT, and Yes is just gonna keep rolling them into their spawn. Just gonna keep holding them.
And with 85% all ults lined up on the side of Yes, things are looking bad for VMT here. They're gonna
Ooh.
stick hard with this comp.
Zarya ult coming in, Diva ult coming in. It's not gonna get anybody, but That sleep onto the Zarya may actually help them sustain. No.
Ryan bursted down before he was even allowed to shatter for his team.
Ooh. And that's gonna be a win on the side of yes. Taking map 1 on Ilios. Or Lijiang, sorry, I'm bad at names.
Now, we did see some interesting compositions in there, but really just a lot of goats, which is prevalent in the current meta and understandable. And also we get to see a great example of the triangle of goats counter that we were talking about earlier, where you can either run your goats with an Ana or a Moira or a Zen. Ana countering the Moira, Moira countering the Zen, Zen countering the Ana.
Yeah. That was a solid game from both teams. VMT managing to pull that second map back, but sadly being taken down on third map. Third map it's a hard map. It's really hard to take. It's really hard to control. As soon as you get full control over it, the enemy team doesn't stand a chance against it. Oh, that is my speaker. Now let's see what next map being Junkertown. Let's see what both teams bring out. I'd love to see a pirate ship come out on the side of I believe it'll be yes. Yes, we'll be running attack first, and then Vote Meme today will be running defense, I believe. Is how we're running it? If that is the case...
What was the other map option that Vote Meme today had?
It's set maps. So the set maps are Lijiang Tower, Junkertown, Volskaya, Eichenwalde, and Oasis for this stage, I believe.
Okay.
I'd love to see some pirate ship come out on the side of whoever's attacking first, see how that runs, and then see if any swaps are made midway through that.
And from the defensive team, we can probably expect to see some double sniper comps coming in here.
I don't have a spoon and I'm sad.
What?
I don't have a spoon and I'm sad. I have some peanut butter here trying to enjoy this matchup. Oh.
I believe Winston just takes it straight out of the jar, if I'm correct.
Fair enough. Complaining about Caster having a low volume. Give me a second. I will fix that for you guys. That'll be on my end. Sly, I need to bump your volume up. That should be good, I believe, for you guys. Sly should be a bit louder.
Check.
Yeah, mic check. Shout out to SlyArt.
Want to be a shout out to SlyArt. Want to be a solid 3 minutes though before they can even hear us.
Yeah, it'll be a solid 3 minutes before they can even hear us. But I fixed it for them, so there we go.
So hopefully it's fixed. I'm sure you'll let us know again if we're a bit too low here.
Okay, let us swap over to our base cam here. Let's go. So we got 32 seconds. As I said back in the lobby here, I'd love to see a pirate ship come out rather than the goats. Seeing goats would be a bit a bit excessive on this point, but pirate ship might be the way to go.
Yeah, pirate ship, a very good composition for Junkertown, as Junkertown is one of the few escort maps that are actually pretty heavily favored towards the attacking side.
On the side of VMT, considering they're on the defense, I'd love to see a treehouse comp, see if they can run a full sustain, but it looks like they're going to be running a triple tank. Yeah, it's a triple tank, Zarya, Reinhardt, Roadhog, with a Mercy, Lucio, and a Bastion. Interesting composition here coming out from VMT. And it looks like Yes is going to opt to run part of the pirate ship strat, opting to run the Torbjorn and the Orisa, but not the Bastion and the Rhine. Oh, some swaps coming out here on the side of Yes, running the double sniper.
What I was talking about, the double sniper on Junkertown, of vicious combos. While you're not getting pelted by damage from one side, Hanzo's bursting down your shields, allowing Widow to take pot shots.
Let's see how this composition works out in the favor of Yes, and see how the composition that VMT's running right now is going to work.
Playing around the corner, that Orisa barrier getting absolutely shredded by the Bastion's damage.
Diva's HP just dropping like bad habits right there. Hanzo's
Widow
HP dropping as
flanking around
well.
the side, seeing if she can get a pick here.
VMT managing to hold this. Ooh, Captain Zay taking down the Hanzo. Hanzo
That's
dropping. This is a 5v.
Break and damage gone here. Are
This
they
is
gonna
a
try to leave
5v6
the
and
Bastion?
5v6 in favor of VMT. VMT getting a second pick. The Diva getting out-mech'd. Roadhog going down. Let's see if they can counter and get this Baby Diva down. Baby Diva going down. Yes,
And
having to
this first
regroup
push-
back into spawn.
This first push has been shut down by the side of VMT. However, Mercy has opted to leave behind her Widow. Interesting play here. Widow is in the back lines.
Yeah,
she's
she's
been
just
down.
she's sitting up top, holding the high ground right now. Let's see if anything becomes of the picks coming out on Widow's side there. Widow could opt for a
Got
better
the dragon.
position, holding farther back. Dragon's coming out, taking down the Bastion.
That's a huge pick.
That's a huge pick. The damage output's going to drop on the side of VOT. There's a second pick going down. Zarya going down. Therefore, safety's going down. Lucio going down. That is a 6v3 right there.
And right now the team sandwiched between the Hanzo and the Widow trying to get back.
I
If they
think
group up, they might be able to get another push here. They might be able to try and protect against this. Oh, two big picks from the Widow. Coming on the side of VMT.
Alt's coming out on the side of VMT. The Roadhog alt pushing some of the members away
He's been
immediately.
hooked out of it.
It's looking like the Hog's going to go down. Is VMT going to manage to retake this and hold this? It's looking like they
might
are.
Get demeched here.
Diva does
It's
not
able to get
manage to get
away.
remeched or demeched. Diva's going to make it away with very little HP. Getting the heals from her healers.
Now, Ryan pushed very far up, not staying by his Bastion. This could actually be very bad if the side of Yes decides to Diva bomb here.
Definitely.
Won't be able to protect his team. Could get hooked out of it by the Roadhog.
That is a Hanzo ult coming in. Is it going to get anybody? It doesn't look like it's going to get anybody. But it does push VMT off the point. That Diva ult coming in, just like you said.
I was talking about.
It takes down the Bastion. That is a huge pick. Bastion is going to get res though. This Ryan's shield is about to go down. See if they can keep sustain up.
By Diva and taken out.
VMT getting wiped here. Lucio and Mercy trying to hold the point. Is the Mercy and the Lucio going to survive for long enough? No, the Mercy goes down. Lucio going down. This is a push for Yes, taking the point back.
Sound barrier there to just get a little bit of extra ult time. I wouldn't be surprised if he also did it to swap characters. Oh, and here we have he's staying the Lucio. Believes in the mobility.
Widow sitting topside here, trying to get some picks and trying to out-snipe their Widow. See who succeeds in this Widow. Doesn't look like
Now,
any
this is
picks
a
are going to come
dangerous
out.
situation because Little Pepper is not only trying to outsnipe the enemy Widow, but also
Hanzo
has to
gets
deal with
pulled
the
for-
Hanzo.
Roadhog gets pulled forward and is actually behind VMT right now. This could be devastating. Hog could pull. Ooh, Hog getting one pick, getting the Bastion, pushing the rest of the team off that high ground. That's huge for Yes. Pulling the Hog back into his line of sight. Hog getting hooked as well. Hog getting taken down on the side of Yes. VMT's Hog being taken down as well. The Orisa the whole time managing to hold the point.
A lot of free push here just now as they remove the Bastion from the top lane. Probably not going to be able to recontest here.
No, definitely not. And it looks like the Roadhog's just going to keep spamming some free damage onto that shield. Paper should probably back up here and just give them some space. His shield's going to get broken real quick here. His shield going down exactly as I said. His Lucio getting hooked. His Lucio going down. The Roadhog immediately getting picked by Lil Pepper. But it's still an advantage on the side of Yes, having taken down the healer. And the res coming out on the side of Yes, managing to get their Roadhog back up. Looks like this point is just going to keep rolling. VMT setting up on the corner here, waiting it out, watching for any free picks they might be able to get here. Yes, doing the same thing, getting the sniper of the shield. Hanzo taking down the Widow. Hanzo taking down Cherenkov. The Mercy going down, the Widow going down.
And Hanzo absolutely popping off here. He has free reign.
He has 3 kills. Widow behind getting some free shots off on the main tanks. Everybody going down. Is the Lucio going to get away or is he going to get punished? Lucio going down, getting punished. Tracer getting punished.
And on the side of VMT, it looks like they're only going to be able to have at least one more sustained fight here. We've got the swaps. We've got a dive tank, Winston coming in. Looks like they've moved their composition around dive to counter this double sniper. But will it be enough?
The dive getting immediately pushed off the point.
Huge diva bomb coming in.
Winston getting onto the
Honda.
point, trying to make some claim on here, but not going to be very effective at all. Captain Zay in the Mercy. Sharenkov just sitting on the point, trying to hold it. Mercy going down straight
That's
away.
a lot of their healing out of here. Diva's been demech. Things are looking bad.
VMT only having 2 players who can't recontest the point.
Score.
Now let's see how long they had on the point. They have a solid 1:49 left on the time. Let's see if VMT can push
Very
this.
respectable time for Junkertown as well.
Definitely. Let's see if VMT can retake this with more time. And as I said before, I definitely love to see that that pirate ship comp coming out on the side of VMT, seeing if they can take this point a lot faster with it.
Yeah, interestingly enough, we didn't see Yes trying to utilize the pirate ship comp, which seems to be extremely powerful on Junkertown. And I think that was much to the surprise of VMT there, as they were trying to do a bunker comp, which would have countered the Bastion pick there.
Definitely.
Ready for battle.
Both teams opting for what looks to be a relative sniper comp. But VMT coming out with a Bastion. No Orisa, though, on the side of VMT. So no protection for that Bastion if this is what they choose to run. Triple tank, 2 snipers, 1 healer coming out on the side of Yes. Going to be very effective, having Hog being able to self-sustain himself, and the Mercy giving some damage boost to maybe their Widow or their Hanzo.
Hanzo set up top right. He might be trying to get an early pick or just trying to sonar the enemy team here.
There's that Orisa I called for. That Orisa is going to make a huge play with this Bastion on the point. Let's see how they manage to take this.
Attackers incoming.
Both teams having their Orisas immediately
Oh,
getting
literally
taken
immediately
down.
picked. Hog comes around, gets the hook on the Bastion.
Is the Hog going to
He's
get
not
taken
able to
down?
confirm the kill, however.
Ooh, the Hog getting the pick. VMT rezzing their Hog, getting pushed right back into their spawn. Orisa getting picked before she can get back into the spawn room. Widow getting picked
Widow
before she can get back
headshot
into the
once
spawn room.
again.
Looks like VMT is going to opt to flank around. Lil Pepper getting the pick onto the Widow. That's huge. That gives their team a little bit of space to actually push this cart. Kingler sticking with the cart. The Mercy is going to res the Widow. Looks like their Tracer's going to try to keep some pressure on the backline. Widow taking down the Hanzo. Orisa's pushed up a little too far here, but is it going to be punishable? Doesn't look like the Orisa's going to be punished for that. VMT managing to steadily hold this point and push it ever so slightly. Widow taking down the Yes's Widow. Giving them the advantage again,
Dragon's
5v6.
coming from the spawn. Not able to get anything there. He might be trying to swap characters.
Doesn't look like it. I see him push back up again. Hog popping his ult, pushing VMT off the cart. Widow popping ult from behind. Is he going to get some free picks on the backline from his position? Doesn't look like he's going to get a pick just quite yet.
Paper hard committing to the dive and able to give the enemy Mercy. That'll be a huge pick.
Kingler taking down the Hanzo, and Tracer connecting with the Orisa and taking down the Orisa. The Hog being out of position here, managing to get the Diva out of mech, but he gets taken down sadly. VMT getting the free push here.
Now, it seems VMT has opted for a semi-dive comp, which is extremely strong, as earlier, Yes was only running the Mercy for heals. And now they're running a double off-healer comp.
Looks like their enemy Widow is going to be popping sights right now, giving them some control over the map, getting to know where the enemy's going to flank from. VMT immediately pushing up and immediately getting targeted. The Winston dropping down, diving up onto their Widow. They are full committed to that dive onto the Widow. Kingler being taken down by the McCree, but trading Tracer taking down the Widow.
And a 5v5 here. Spawn is in favor of the attacking team.
It does look like both the tanks are gonna dive onto this onto the line. Anybody pushing cart? Nobody is pushing cart right now. Kingler being straggled out by the Winston.
Pick. That's a large source of damage for Yes, lost here in this initial fight. Here comes the Valk from VMT, and it looks like this fight has been all but won.
Definitely. Ooh, the Tracer Bomb taking down the Widow. That is a stagger. Looking like Yes is going to have to full regroup here.
Ooh, with the loss of the Zen, they might not even try and push on to this point here. D.Va in there alone.
Getting dove.
And Winston comes to her aid right before she gets demacked.
And VMT managing to take this point with a solid 4 minutes still remaining on the clock. Can they keep this time up and continue to push the cart? It does look like Yes is going to opt for the high ground, immediately diving anybody who wants to take the high ground off of it. Diving back down into low ground. McCree coming out. Oh, McCree getting 3! That is huge! D.Va getting out-mech'd. Are they going to stagger this D.Va? Looks like they are going to stagger this D.Va. Oh, this is just bad.
Absolutely.
Oh,
brutal.
and the D.Va gets hard staggered.
Almost letting her get into mech. D.Va on a map like Junkertown really not having much to do here as she can't jump off the edge to try and avoid that.
That's at least a solid 30 seconds off the clock for VMT unless they decide to push in on a 5v6. It does look like they are going to commit to the point on this 5v6. Yes, still holding the high ground, not diving down. The Mercy getting taken down by that Tracer Bomb.
Here.
It is still a 5v6. Oh, but is now a 5v5? Nope, 4v5 coming out onto the side of VMT. Is VMT's ult going to connect? It does take down the Zen.
Zenyatta thought he was safe pre-poking there. Didn't think it would land on the edge. Barely gets caught in that explosion.
It does look like VMT does have advantage here. Are they going to capitalize on it and continue to push the cart? Lil Pepper and Paper both getting the DPS down. Mercy on the side of VMT going down. Paper getting another pick right on their Lucio.
Just the tanks here for play, trying to reset here, get back to their team.
But sadly
Oh,
getting
hard
staggered. VMT just showing us what for in this map.
Now, 3 ults on the side of play here. Both Zenyatta and Lucio, they're going to be able to hold hard here if they can. Oh, the Zenyatta taken out early. This is very bad for play.
For Yes.
For Yez.
Any ults coming out on the side of VMT? They still have 2 ults. Yeah, they popped both Winston and Mercy ult. D.Va ult not connecting with anything. Trans coming out on the side of Yes. Is it going to save the rest of the team fight here, though?
VMT trying to back up as their soldiers been picked early.
VMT getting absolutely pushed back here. That is a huge push. D.Va getting out mech. D.Va getting killed. Oh, taking down the Moira. That's both of their
And it looks like
basic
we're going
off.
for a hard reset here.
Definitely huge reset here. We gotta wait on what, 2 respawns?
Now, right there for a second, it was looking like they might actually have approached beating the time of Yes there. However, that huge pushback has brought them down to only a minute left here to push.
Yes is opting to hold this high ground each time, which is huge because it gives them McCree a high position advantage. But VMT just diving them on this high ground, pushing multiple members off the high ground, giving them the advantage here. VMT getting... Oh, Soldier going down on the side of VMT. D.Va ult coming out on the side of VMT. Does not get anybody. But it is still advantage for Yes. They have 1 member down. Tracer's bomb getting eaten. Tracer going down. Enemy, Yes's Tracer going down as well. Ooh, but the D.Va going down. VMT getting absolutely shut down on this push. Having to regroup back into the spawn again. Looks like Yes is going to chase them all the way back into the spawn and see if they can get a quick pick off here. Doesn't look like the McCree's going to get any picks and he's going to regroup with his team.
Now, they've got 20 seconds here, just enough time to make one more push. Things aren't looking too bad for them. They've got the Valk and the Soldier Vise to get some damage out here.
Yeah, Soldier popping his ult. Mercy popping her
Combo
ult.
the two together.
Let's see what type of damage we can get off these two ult combinations.
A lot of that Soldier ult being defense matrix. The flashbang right click, not enough. Take it out here.
Looks like the Tracer's going to be taken down as well, though. Zen ult coming out on the side of Yes. Ults coming out on both sides here. Let's see which ults are going to make the difference in this fight. Oh, Sharenkov going down to the Winston. D.Va ult not connecting quite with anybody. D.Va eating the Deadeye. And Soldier following up by taking down the McCree. But sadly, the Soldier gets taken down by the dive by the Winston. And it does look like Captain Zay is going to pop his D.Va mech to get back in. Tracer Bomb on point, not connecting with anybody. Tracer, the only one contesting the point right here. Zen's off to the side, but he can't make much of a difference by himself. D.Va's there with him. Zen being taken down. D.Va pushing both supports off the point. It's looking like Yes is just going to continue to stagger in here, try to buy their team some time. Lil Pepper and Kingler putting in some work. Lil Pepper taking down 4. Kingler taking down another. Looks like VMT is going to take this in overtime. That's huge.
Yeah, and right there, a very long fight towards the end there as everything kind of became brawl. Looks like the comms on the side of VMT paid off, though, as they were able to focus targets down faster and overall stagger the enemy team, allowing them to take that point.
1 second. I have to do this because somebody requested this. Hold up.
Ready for battle.
Okay, both teams opting for what looks to be VMT opting for what looks to be a dive comp.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Okay, let us go back. Sorry, just updating the score. Somebody claimed that I did not have the score up for them, so hopefully that corrects the issue. Looks like somewhat of a sniper comp coming out on the side of Yes, and a dive comp. Oh, double sniper dive comp coming out on the side of VMT. Let's see how these two compositions clash.
4, 3, 2.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one, as on the side of Yes, they do have a lot of CC here, which is going to be really tough on those dive tanks.
Definitely. Ooh. It's looking like Winston's gonna get picked by overextending in his dive. That is a 5v6. Ooh, 4v6. Tracer going down. Captain Zay getting out mech'd. They're gonna... Is Yes gonna push in on this? Yes, pushing in on this. Taking Sharenkov down. Their Mercy's down. Main heal's down. Widow down. Kingler going down. That's all of their healers. Winston's just out here hoping he does not get spotted. Winston getting spotted. Is Winston gonna get taken down by the McCree? McCree and the Hanzo taking down the Winston. That is a hard stacker. That's a hard stagger on the side. Ooh. Hard picks coming out here for Yes, getting some huge picks. McCree Deadeye already coming out. Can VMT reclaim this point? Their Tracers going down. Hanzo ult coming out. Doomfist going down. Ooh. Yes, getting some hard picks here. Taking down the D.Va, taking down Moira. Only one contesting Lucio, and Lucio does go down. VMT managed to get a bit of distance here, but I'm not sure if that's enough distance for how much time their counterpart has here.
2, 3. Switching.
Now, in that fight, we did see an interesting strategy from play. They were expecting the Bastion or the double sniper. So if you saw, they were hanging out on the right side closest building to the spawn room, using the natural cover of the wall in order to avoid the long shots from the snipers, as well as the Orisa barrier to avoid them just walking in.
Definitely. Let's see what both teams bring out on this side. seeing what Yes brings out and what type of hard defense VMT is going to bring out to try to hold this point. It does look like VMT is going to opt for the full goats. And it does look like... Ooh, this is somewhat of a strange comp coming out on the side of Yes. If it sticks, then I would assume they're going for almost a anti-goats comp here. This triple DPS, triple tank, is this what they're running? Let's find out.
Interesting. If they actually do follow through on running the Sombra here, what they're going to try and do is hack the Reinhardt barrier in order to use the Bastion.
Look at this cheeky position that VMT is holding right now, just straight left of the doorway here.
And Sombra hasn't seen them. She hasn't scouted them out for her team yet.
Sombra scouting them out, immediately calling out the position and immediately dropping that shield and dropping position for them. Oh, Sombra does take down the Zen. Sharenkov does take down the Bastion and does take down the Orisa. That's 2 picks on the side of VMT. VMT only having 1 down and a D.Va out of mech. Oh, D.Va actually back in mech. I am wrong on this. The Reinhardt, I believe, does get hacked. Reinhardt is hacked. Ooh, Brig does go down.
Hook on the side of play, on the side of Yes.
Yes does take down their off. Oh, that is a huge EMP. Is it going to be enough for Yes to capitalize on this? The D.Va goes out of mech, gets immediately taken out from the mech. Reinhardt's shield getting completely dragged away by that Roadhog.
And without their tanks here, they're going to be absolutely demolished by just the sheer damage the Bastion can output.
And that is going to look like a win for Yes. Let's see what the play of the game is. I'm assuming it's going to be that McCree ult on part 3 of Junkertown. I'm wrong. I get proven wrong on a daily basis. Let's see what it is. Oh, this is the moment where he gets, what, the 4 picks right on the backline here?
Yeah.
Widow taken down.
The Mercy, the Ashe.
And then immediately followed up. I believe he does get the Reinhardt in that last set of picks there. Let's just update the score quickly on here. Substitute over to the actual scoreboard quickly. It was what? The score was, I believe, 3-4, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Score was 4-3, I believe, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, let's get that score up. There we go.
It might have been 3-2.
I believe, no, they wouldn't have gone into overtime, so it is 3-4.
Okay. My bad then. I forgot how a point system works on escort maps.
Fair enough. While we have this up for you guys, I am going to correct one of my issues here by not having the score up for you guys. I'm sorry about that.
And here we see on our 3rd map, moving to the Volskaya, an assault map, which, tell me if I'm wrong, is usually lean towards a goat's composition. Am I correct?
Yeah, a lot of these 2CP maps, assault maps, definitely are goats oriented based on how you get through the choke. It does look like they are going to make a swap right now, swapping out, I believe, Seekanats for Power Dog on the side of VMT. Is any swaps going to come out on the side of Yes? I do not know yet. That last round was definitely huge. There were some huge picks coming out on both sides. What did you think of that last round, Sly?
I thought it was very interesting. To be honest, I didn't think Yes was going to try and run the Bastion there, as they did hold pretty strong to their double sniper comp. However, I guess at the end there, they realized they just wanted to get the payload just a couple of feet. Bastion is very strong at just like taking that first point on Junkertown, because unlike other escort maps, where typically like Dorado per se, where you would go forward and you would have to turn. Junkertown, you have straight sight lines onto where the defenders will be holding, which is why Bastion is so prevalent there.
Yeah. Now, what would you like to see on Volskaya coming out from the defense team right now? I'd love to see a almost a Bastion comp just kind of sitting on the point, just holding corner of point, letting them roll in and getting the fair damage off because there's a widespread area as soon as they get onto the point.
That would be an interesting composition to run. However, for the attacking team, I am expecting to see some cheeky sim strats here with a sim Teddy to the left, maybe.
Definitely, let's see how both teams run this. It does look like VMT is going to try to run the strat I just mentioned, but let's see where they set up. On the side of yes, I'm not assuming that's what they're running. Let's find out. That is 560 PS.
It could very well be. That is a lot of damage for that team, and if they did decide to roll up to run this composition, teleporting everyone to the left to surprise the enemy team, setting up the Bastion and the Torp turret, and then telling somewhere else could be absolutely...
Oh, I know what VMT's doing right now. I know this strat. They're going to boost their entire team up onto the high platform and hold high ground here. Let's see if they manage to get it in time. They do get it in time. Mei being stuck on the low ground, though, but does not matter because the Mei can always get herself up there at a later period. Whole team holding behind the shield. D.Va holding the high ground there.
Playing the standard Zen Goats comp here.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, this is actually very bad for Yes. Only the D.Va will be able to go up there and pressure them.
Now, let's see what this Bastion sees right now. See from his perspective what we're looking at. Oh!
Ooh, the wall?
He went AFK for a second there. It
And
does
looks
look like...
Yes is trying to get around to the high ground here.
Gives them a bit of an advantage here if they're on the high ground because they can just drop down onto the point and just rush it. But the problem is the Bastion is set up and he does have vantage line here. Let's see how the yes side opposes this. See how they push this. They are going to drop to the low ground and actually go through, giving this Bastion no sight line to work with. He can't see this enemy team. He does focus the Zenyatta, who is inside room. Bastion does finally get set up in a position where he can see the enemy team. Does he take down the Zenyatta? No, the Zenyatta gets back. He does have ult though. Does he get any picks with this? He does. He takes down the Zarya. Zarya going down. Reinhardt going down by Kingler. Bastion just keeping that pressure applied to Yes. But Yes getting some equal picks on the sideline here. Yes does take down their Orisa, giving Bastion no shield to work with. Bastion is going to get taken down. Trans coming out on the side of Yes. Don't know if that was necessarily needed though.
Now it looks as though VMT won't be in a position to try and contest this. That was actually a very interesting Bastion strat that we saw there.
Now what I'd love to see here is the Bastion set up on the high ground up here. Setting the Bastion up right here is usually a fairly good idea. It gives a high vantage point. They also do not have anyone to dive him besides the D.Va. Don't know if they're going to go with the strat though. They are going to drop the Bastion in replacement for McCree. Bongo is coming out on the side of VMT. Mei ult coming out on the side of VMT. They do manage to snag the Brig at the very end of that freeze. They do manage to get the pick off on her too. It does look like they are going to wipe and completely push back to their spawn.
Now they have repelled Yes here, but at the cost of quite a few of their big ultimates.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe only used the rally there.
And the surviving members of Yes will still have those shields applied to them.
Oh, this is true. A lot of them did get away with quite a bit. You can see the Zarya here with full armor.
Ryan charging in. He's a little bit staggered from the team. He does get the shatter.
The Reinhardt here. Both healers taken down. One fell swoop. There's the
D.Va's
D.Va
ult
bomb,
not
but
getting
it's
anybody,
enough.
but that is a team wipe for Yes. Absolutely demolishing VMT. Does VMT have any players that can recontest this point? It does not look like they do.
Now, that was an absolutely huge shatter coming from the Reinhardt on the side of Yes. As you can see there, he shoulder charged straight into the enemy team. with the Zarya bubble, and the moment the other Reinhardt tried to swing his hammer at him, try to like fight him off of his team, goes for the shatter. Big play.
Big
by
play.
Papers.
We got some big brain IQ plays coming out here on the side of yes. Let's see how VMT handles this and see how they resolve this push and see how they take first point. I wonder if they'll run the sim strats like you mentioned earlier, going that left side and seeing if they can take and surprise the enemy behind.
They do seem to favor the slightly abnormal, not necessarily bad strats, but just kind of a bit out there to what you see in your regular Overwatch play.
Definitely not the meta picks, but you got to give them some props there. Not running meta picks. It's refreshing to see some non-meta. Because all we see nowadays is what? Standard GOATS comp or your standard anti-GOATS comp. You don't see much else right now. It does look like VMT is gonna run full dive into this though. Which we don't see much full dive comps anymore due to GOATS. And on the side of yes, it does look like they're gonna run somewhat of a sniper shield break heavy comp. Bastion probably focusing on tank line, and then the Widow focusing on getting the small squishy picks. This is going to be hard for VMT to push due to the fact that they do have a Widow and they do have a Pharah on the side of VMT. Let's see how they take this push. D.Va going up to get some recon here, backing up, immediately pushing back. VMT not having any struggle at this choke due to no contesting. It does look like Yes is going to set up on the high ground. How is VMT going to handle the high ground here? VMT just getting an idea of what they need to take this. Let's go to the perspective of Widow only, their Bastion player, see what he sees right now, see what he's focused on. VMT is going to push into Yes from the low ground, coming up to the high ground. While this whole team fight is going on, someone is projecting onto the point. Farah taking down the Bastion. Farah taking down the Orisa, but Farah getting taken down at the last minute by the Widow. Is the Mercy going to get the res off on the Bastion? No res coming out for the Mercy. Are they going to hard stagger this? VMT just getting free reign to hold this point right now. They take point. The enemy's still here. They have to jump off.
Oh,
and Widow gets slept and staggered. This is a huge push for VMT. If VMT pushes on this, they will have advantage. Let's see how VMT approaches this. They do have, as I said, they do have advantage on this push. Oh, both DPS going down on the side of VMT, but VMT managing to get their McCree. This is still a 5v, or yeah, 5v4.
On the Genji.
Genji coming back up. This is now 5v5.
Genji does have Blade here.
Let's see how they resolve this. They do have 3 ults. Winston backing off right now. They do have 2 ults, but they need to know if the Zenyatta does have trans to stop this push. If Zenyatta had his ult right now, this would be a hard push for VMT. They would not be able to use this Dragon Blade. But considering Zen does not have his blade right now, this would be a perfect time to Nano Blade. Are we going to see the Nano Blade? The Nano Blade is coming out! Are they going to get wiped? Lil Pepper taking down the Brig.
Genji not able to find any squishy targets here.
Does take down the Zenyatta. D.Va is the last one left on point. Does look like Lucio is going to try to get it back on point. D.Va popping her ult to get back in mech. Does take down the Genji. This is now 3-4 back onto the point for Yes. Yes getting 4 picks here. This is huge. The stagger coming out into the Ana. Yes managing to retake this fight. That's huge. D.Va does manage to get away though.
We saw the big commitment there to the Nano Blade, but as Genji had dashed up there, he wasn't able to find any of the squishies, and so his slash dashes weren't able to be reset. Not able to get the momentum that you need to carry out a Dragon Blade, and only able to find 2 kills there.
We do have 1 ult, 2 ults. So there's 1 ult coming out on the side of VMT. That's going to be the Fair Barrage, and McCree coming out with the High Noon. It does look like VMT is closing in on Mercy ult, but at the same time, Yes does have
now has
4
ults.
ults. That is 4 ults on the side of Yes. Let's see which ults come out in this team fight. Mercy ult coming out on the side of VMT may have been a little preemptively popped here, seeing if the fight was worth or not. VMT getting the res off. VMT immediately getting punished for that res. Does take down both their healers and their diva. Winston trying to escape. Yes, pushing in, taking down the Winston. Is this Genji going to get picked as well, or is this Genji going to get away? Genji does manage to get away. Oh, he's trying to recontest the diva here. VMT starting to slowly regroup. Genji kind of just holding up high, just getting a bit of sighting on the enemy and see where they are. Yes is kind of somewhat holding the high ground here. Some members, most of the members coming up to the high ground. They are going to full hold high ground and just get a better position on the enemy team. VMT has to distinguish and find out where they should be pushing from to get this advantage. Farah is trying to flank. No, Farah is actually just going to hold alleyway with the rest of the team. Pushing up. Winston does dive across. Not specifically targeting anybody, but he is now behind the Mercy and behind the Genji. He is targeting that Mercy hard.
Farah looking for a chance to barrage here.
No position coming up. Sharenkov and Payoff going both down. That's their main support and their main tank. Both going down in this. That is a solid regroup for VMT. Let's go to Lil Pepper's view here. He does have Blade, but they do have Nano for him. Let's see how they use this. Problem here is that they do have to bait out that Zen ult due to the fact that if he blades, he's not going to get any targets here unless Ana nades him.
And even without those two support ults, you do have a lot of CC or interrupters for the Blade here. Lucio able to boop him, McCree able to flashbang him, Brig able to stun him and boop him.
Let's find out. He does Blade here. They forced out Zen ult. He is going to get flashbanged by the McCree. McCree is getting absolutely transed here. Is Genji going to get any picks in the backline here? Their Ana's going down. Genji is going to go down as well. That is 2 picks for Yes. Immediately turning this into a 5v4. That is a 5v3 now. I don't believe they got the res during that fight, did they?
It doesn't seem like it.
Yes, pushing them all the way back into their spawn. This is risky. Pharah could possibly punish one of the supports here for being this far overextended. It does not look like the Pharah will get the punish though.
As they're able to get out very quickly with their Lucio.
Yeah, VMT pushing up. Zarya's got that Discord orb on her. Gonna make it fairly hard for her to get pushed up here to get some charge off. Pharah being grounded here would be better to have her up in the air where she can find out where this McCree is. McCree popping high noon. Immediately getting targeted. Ana taking down the McCree. Pharah ult still being held. Has not been used yet. Pharah does go down. Kingler, Pharah, Rhine all going down. Ana does get rezzed, but the Mercy does go down and the Zarya goes down. McCree goes down. Is this Ana? No, Ana does get taken down as well.
Now, this is interesting as VMT hasn't really been seeming, aside from the Nano Blade from earlier, hasn't really been committing to pushes, not using ults. They may be just trying to farm them all up for one big push.
It's possible. I mean, it looks like they're coming up on Nano. It looks like they're coming up on Mercy ult here. They may even get McCree ult during this fight. They do have Zarya and Pharah ult here. They could possibly combo that. If they can get the Diva out of mech, they can take this fight. That Barrage Grav combo is deadly. And it looks like they're going to get on ramps and try to flank around here. Ana going ahead of the rest of the team. They are going to hold Cubby here. This is cheeky. See how they do this. Winston does have sightline. The Winston does have sightlines on them right now. The Winston does know they're here. The Winston does immediately get pushed away from VMT. Now let's see what ults come out on the side of VMT. VMT pops Deadeye and Mercy ult. Does take down the Brig. Lucy ult popped on the side of Yes. Grab popped on the side of VMT. Fair Barrage finally being popped, but immediately being punished. VMT getting VMT getting 3 picks here and a res onto the Pharah. No picks coming out on that Diva ult. Can they take this point in overtime? VMT just needs to focus.
Push they needed.
VMT committing 6 ults to this team fight, managing to get them all off the point, but is it going to be enough? 3 picks coming out from Yes. 1 pick coming out on VMT. Pharah going down. Reinhardt pinning the Winston. Reinhardt down.
This fight now.
Zen is the last. Zarya being the last one on the point. I think this is a loss for VMT. VMT not being able to recontest that point with such a hard push. That's devastating.
Yeah, you did see them there opt for the safer strategy of trying to combine all their ults to try and take the point. And at first it works, but the staggers coming from the other team and the picks that they got were just too much with the close respawn was just too much for the defending team.
Definitely. Now, I believe we go into map 4 just for score purposes.
Oh,
Let's see. Let's see how this goes. I may be wrong, but I believe I am correct. They do play 4th map. And
so I believe map 4 was Eichenwalde, if I'm correct.
now let's see. So they won. What was it? What was the score for Volskaya? It was 2-1, I believe, right? 2.
No, it went into overtime.
Yeah, but 2-1. Yes. Oh no, hold up. Yeah, no, it was 2-1. I'm correct.
Oh, okay. That's my bad once again. Like I said, double CP, not my thing.
Transition 2-1. Because I believe VMT took the first point, but they did not get the second point, and yes, pushed all the way to second point and capped it with a total 4 minutes left, was what I believe it was. The last map is going to be Eichenwalde. Now, this tends to be a goat-heavy map, but at the same time, there's some definite dive routines you can run on this map, and I'd love to see, especially coming out on whichever side is attacking, a full Pharah flank, if that is what they can play. I'd love to see that full Pharah flank getting all the way. Now, I do have to point this out, because I just noticed this, but on the side of VMT, cheeky VMT, look at their logos. It just spells poo-poo. Look at them. VMT. Come on, you know better. You have a better word lineup that you can do at this point.
May not have been what they were going for.
Who knows?
It is possible.
They are the meme team.
He is a Fusion fan.
They are a meme team. Keep that in mind. They are known as Vote Meme Today for a reason. And there's Deja in the chat giving us what we wanted. Let's see what both teams run here. I'm excited to see what both teams run on Eichenwalde. Eichenwalde being a really heavy map for plenty of comps. So, on the defensive side,
starting the round, we have the 6 DPS as they have done in the spawn room of every round here.
Let's actually head into their spawn and see what they actually do in spawn. Look at all those sim turrets just placed in spawn. Look at that.
Absolutely maniacal if they could get the enemy team jebaited into that room.
You know, it's always been one thing for every player in Overwatch to just destroy spawn room. But adding to spawn room, I don't know about that. It does.
Strategy.
Now, actually, going back to the compositions here, it does look like both teams are going to be running goats. Moira, actually, standard goats coming out on the side of VMT, and Zen goats coming out on the side of Yes. Let's see how they make of this. The Moira goats may have a bit more.
Technically, a counter to Zen goats, so we'll see if the triangle pans out here.
Hard push coming out on the side of Yes, pushing right in, taking the D.Va out of mech. Is the D.Va gonna get killed? D.Va does get taken down. Hard damage coming out on the side of Yes. Yes getting the priority. Kingler taking out the Brig. That main healer going down. The Rhine taking down their Rhine. Zarya going down. This is huge. VMT managing to hold this. They do have a Zenyatta behind them right now, just capping the point.
Capping point.
And the Moira finally shows up and just starts up. Oh, poor Zen.
As I was saying earlier, that was actually a perfect example of why Moira Goats rolls so well against the Zen Goats, because if you're not hard focusing a target, Moira heals are able to heal everybody, so the Reinhammer's damage isn't doing too much to everybody. And if you don't burst down that one target fast enough, which is Moira Goats is really good about keeping one person alive with the orb and just the spray, then you can see that your team's going to be wiped because you've only got Zenyatta for the mild heals there. Oh, huge hammer coming from the side of VMT here. Hammer
So
blocked by VMT.
huge team fight coming out on the side of VMT, managing to take down 3, getting the Diva out of mech here. Are they going to get the picks they need here? Zarya going down immediately. Reinhardt getting taken down. And in the meantime, I'm getting raided in Discord, okay. Or raided in stream. Thank you guys, but I mean, there's a team fight going on here.
What does that have to do with casting?
I don't know, I'm getting raided. Now, I love how earlier when you said about the spray, immediately as you said that, VMT puts down a spray. It's like they knew. Now, it does look like they are going to be popping quite a few ults here. Both Briggs popping ults and pushing in. Are they going to be picks? Is Zarya going to pop a grab here? Zarya does pop a grab. Does get a massive grab here. Does take down the Zarya. Are they going to get more picks out of this? Trans coming out on the side of Yes.
Reinhardt may be taken out here.
Yes
Reinhardt
pops
knocks off the
Shatter.
ledge before he can hammer. There's the Diva ult, making the enemy supports have to push off.
This is in favor right now of Yes. If they can push this point, they can take it. Brig does take down Kingler, their Lucio player. It does look like Yes is going to win that team fight. Diva does manage to get out of there, but she is out of mech.
Objective lost.
Yeah, Diva, not much use out of mech, does, interestingly enough, have a higher damage potential. However, without the mobility or being able to help her team, really an inferior character to mech Diva.
Yeah. Now, let's see how VMT handles this long corridor right now. This is a huge area for Goats to just flourish, but it does look like... Oh, Yes getting stunned. The CC's coming out on both sides. Grab does get eaten by the Diva. Diva ult coming in on the side of Yes. Is it going to get any picks? It does take down Moira. Oh, 3 supports going down on the side of VMT. This is a hard push. Is Yes going to capitalize on this? Yes does take down the Rhine. Rhine goes down. Diva getting out of mech. Diva getting taken down. Are they going to stagger the Zarya? Zarya does get staggered. This is a huge push on the side of Yes. Entire time, Zen's just sitting on the cart.
Yeah, a lot of free payload that they're allowed to get here. And the enemy tanks push directly into the spawn.
Lil Pepper
Ooh,
getting
another big
picked
Moira pick.
immediately. VMT getting full held in this doorway. They're going to cycle around to the other doorway. Meanwhile, Yes is going to do the same thing, continuing to hold them in this doorway. How is VMT going to react to this? How are they going to push out and get out of this situation they're in right now? VMT does push out, does get pushed into the team, does shatter, does get blocked. That is a grab coming out on the side.
And here comes the trance.
Here comes the Lucio ult as well. Lucio ult coming in.
Oh,
Diva
Ryan
ult being
being
popped
popped.
straight up. Payoff does take down the Zarya and the Lucio. And the Rhine. The Rhine going down. Brig does get taken down. Zen is in a bad position. Zen being taken down. Diva out of mech. Diva is going to get hard staggered here. She is done.
A lot of ults were used in that fight. On the side of Yes, though, their Zarya did hold back, not using the grab there. Maybe he knew that fight was already over.
Yeah, it does look like VMT is going to try to hold this top ground, get some idea of where the enemy team is pushing from. Moira getting caught off a bit. Diva pushing in, does take down the Brig. Brig going down. Diva is kind of out of position here. She's away from her team. Team fight's going down here. Ryan shatters, huge shatter, takes down 3 of them there. Ryan pushing in. Both healers going down in this team fight. Ryan going down. Are they going to stay with the Zarya? The Zarya does get taken down. VMT showing them what for with their ult economy here. VMT is going to try to hold this high ground again, get some scouting details off, and figure out where the enemy team's going to push, get some idea of what's going on. Let's go to the perspective of Paper Sword, the Reinhardt on Yes. See what type of idea they're going to run. They're going to try to go up staircase right now. This is what it's looking like. Going to push straight into VMT. They do pop Rally, and Coalescence coming out on the side of VMT. Paper Sword does get pinned. Kingler getting a pick on their Zarya. Zarya getting pinned on the side of VMT. Oh, Kingler getting 2 picks here. Ryan does get the
Another
shatter.
shatter.
Huge shatter.
Now,
That was
interestingly
huge.
enough, D.Va has been absolutely attached to the enemy Zarya here, not allowing her to grab whatsoever, and she's been getting picked before she's even had the chance.
D.Va just finally getting her mech back right now. Let's see what VMT does again. It does look like VMT is going to try to hold this high ground again. Meanwhile, Yes is already pushed in. Cherikov does take down the Ryan. Ryan goes down. Oh, that's 3 picks on the side of VMT. Zarya ult does come out. Zarya does go down. That's a Zarya ult coming out on the side of VMT. Maybe a little bit overused, but they're in overtime right now. Let's see how this D.Va does not get anybody here. D.Va ult coming out on the side of VMT. Again, not sure what use for it. Hammer down. Ooh. That was about sending a message there. Let's see how this goes. Reinhardt only getting the Moira with a shatter. Feedball coming in, trying to hold the point. Tracer immediately getting booped off the point. Zenyatta getting booped off the point. That is going to be a point for VMT.
Now, some very interesting plays coming there from VMT. They knew that the enemy Zarya was doing a lot of damage. They knew she had grav there, hadn't used it in a while. So if you'll notice, when the D.Va wasn't just absolutely attached to the enemy Zarya, they were playing very spread out on top of Castle.
Oh, that's a pause. I wonder what's going on right now. I haven't seen chat. Oh, pause coming out on the side of yes. Now, while we're in a pause, I just need to give a shout out to Shy Fox for the huge raid. That was unexpected, but huge. Thank you so much, guys, for showing up to this. This means a lot to me. Oh, they do have a disconnect on the side of yes. We got, what, 44 people watching right now. So, that's quite a few people.
It is quite a few people. Enjoying a very close game here on Eichenwalde. So, as we're currently paused for the reconnect issue, is there anything you'd like to say about the current match going on? Anything about the compositions or some of the mechanics?
I was really impressed by VMT's full hold there, managing to get the high ground and hold it completely. Like, that drop down situation they had, going for the enemy flank, getting the Ryan shield focused in the wrong area, and immediately shattering, team wiping them was huge. And then the hard staggers on the Zarya every time she was the last one alive. That's huge. VMT showing us that staggering your enemy is just going to lead to a lot more time being drained.
Absolutely. And some very good calls by the enemy D.Va there, was able to, I believe, quite a few times just get into the enemy backline, take out their healer, and just jet out of there. Leaving some big team wipes for their team, as without heals, the shatter would come down, and there really wasn't anything that Yes could do in a situation like that without their support ults.
Definitely. Now, while I believe they have, what, 10 minutes of time there until they have to reconnect, or they have to play with 5 players. I am not sure completely how this rule set is going, but I believe it is a 10-minute pause before they have to 5v6. Let's find out how this does go out. So I'm going to answer some questions in the chat just while we wait. Lil Pepper asking the chat how they're doing. Oh, we do have the reconnect now. So we may be getting...
what role was Little Pepper playing in that last one?
Lil Pepper was playing the soldier on Junkertown.
Do you remember which character he was playing on this last map?
I believe he was the Brig on this last map. He was doing some pretty good work there, getting quite a few picks on the pushes. Now, are they going to ask... Okay, they did ask for R, but I do not need to R because I'm already ready. Let's go. Okay, so let's see. We got 30 seconds on the timer here. Let's see what both teams decide to bring out. I guarantee you we're going to be seeing the 6 DPS maybe come out on the side. But we'll find out.
You mean for the starting spawn room?
Yeah, starting spawn room. Let's see what both teams decide to run for the starting spawn room. But considering the fact that Yes is on the attack right now, we will find out if they are going to run goats into this or if they are going to run an anti-goat comp. It does look like they are going to run a goats comp with the McCree. That's going to be very vital. If that McCree can get the flashbangs off on the Reinhardt, that's going to immediately lead to an instant shatter for Paper Sore. So let's just go over the roles right now. I know we haven't touched on it much during each game, but we do have Kingler on the Lucio, Power Dog playing the Zarya, Lil Pepper playing the Moira, Payoff swapping to a Widowmaker here, Captain Zay playing Feedball. Payoff does swap back to the Reinhardt. Sharenkov is on the Sombra, but I believe he will be swapping back as well. That was a spaz on Widow only. Okay, thanks. And Ochre playing Lucio, Laser on McCree, Widow on Brig, Steiner on Zen, and Paper Sore, Ryan, and Diva as testing. Let's find out. It does look like VMT is going to try the same strat that Yes ran the same round. VMT pushing in, committing to this.
Pushing straight to point here.
Pushing straight to point, pushing the enemy team
Yes,
back.
giving up a lot of ground here.
Now let's see which team gets first blood here. First blood going to Yes, taking down both healers, one healer being left. Diva does get out mech'd here. McCree just pushing in. That is a total team wipe there. Zarya being the last one alive here, and she is going to get staggered. Blitz getting those stuns, those nice stuns off on the enemy team, getting free picks for their team. Let's go back to VMT, see how they're sitting right now. Diva's sitting choke here. They are going to try to push left side, it looks like. Speed boosting, going through corridor here. Are they going to dive the high ground and get the McCree? They are going to dive that high ground and get the McCree. Are they going to capitalize and kill the McCree though?
We might see a high noon, an early high noon here.
I do not see... Diva is out of mech. They did pop the Brig ult, but there is no team around to give shields to. Now he is regrouped with his team to give them shields. Almost swapping positions. Here's the high noon. Is it going to get anybody, or was it a waste due to the fact that Yes did get all the picks here? Yes did get all the picks here.
Well, not really a waste in terms of the high noon zoned them back into the building where their Reinhardt, their Diva, and their Brig were able to just absolutely demolish them there. High noon, not necessarily the most valuable,
but it can be used for a for your gun reset to get you either a fan the hammer or to get you 6 bullets back in your chamber for a quick fight again. VMT trying the same strat they just tried. Let's see how it goes this time. Oh, Diva does get booped and flashbanged. That is we don't call that a fatty shatty, but it did get the Brig. Diva ult coming out on the side. It does get the Lucio. Ryan does take down the Brig, but he does get taken down by the enemy Ryan. Zarya is going to be staggered here unless she is going to get staggered here. She's down. Sharenkov, Moira, and Diva all still in the backlines here. This would be a point for them to actually jump off and regroup. They have the time to actually regroup here, and they do not have the numbers advantage.
Interestingly enough, they could decide to fight it, and a well-chosen idea because they've taken down the enemy Reinhardt here.
That is a huge pick for them. They do take the Diva out of mech. The McCree is coming back in. He is close to ult. Is he going to try to ult this team fight, or is he going to save it? Let's find out. It does look like VMT is going to retake this point. Lucio being the only one last on point. Kingler does get quite a few picks there on the side of VMT. Moira pushing up a bit, trying to scout, I would believe. Yes, backing up all the way to bridge.
Trying to take control of the high ground up here.
VMT has three ults, and Yes has 4 ults and 1 on its way. Let's see how VMT handles the ult economy that they're being thrown against here.
Interestingly enough, VMT has decided to pick up a Widow. standing in the cheeky window spot, trying to snipe upper castle.
Definitely. McCree ult coming out on the side of Yes does take down the Lucio. Hammer down, getting 3. That is a huge shatter. That is going to potentially wipe VMT completely, and it does. That is a team kill coming out from Yes. Lucio trying to farm, I believe, some ult there. Oh, no, he does not need ult. He has it. Still 3 ults on the side of VMT, but 4 ults on the side of Yes.
An early rally coming from Yes.
That is an eaten grab. Oh, VMT getting their grab eaten and not being able to follow up with the Diva ult because grab was not there.
A lot of ults being used on the side of VMT here.
And looking at Yes's economy, they still have 2 ults besides the Zenyatta ult here. They still have 2 ults to use in these next coming team fights. Diva ult and Lucio ult, and now they have McCree ult, and they're closing in on Ryan ult. This is huge. Yes, having the ult advantage here is going to mean it's going to be a hard fight. It does look like Lil Pepper is going to try to shadow push a bit. Does not get as much percentage as he probably wanted, and does immediately get picked. This is a hard regroup for VMT. VMT is going to have to fully regroup and wait for this Tracer to come back. Tracer and Ana, or Brig actually, they swapped over to a Brig. Brig is on her way back, and they're still trying to take this team fight. Shatter! Diva ult taking down 2. Oh, that's huge. McCree ult being wasted here.
Interestingly enough, pushing in without Little Pepper respawning there.
Definitely, they should have waited on their...
to just bait out some ults, or
what they were trying to do, but they let them fully commit to that.
And here, interestingly enough, Yes is just backing off, just letting them have this ult. Just letting them have this push.
I guess they think that VMT has ult advantage here, giving them some space in case their ults are more heavy than theirs. But VMT only having 1 ult, and that being the Mercy ult. Cart being pushed quite a bit here, but people getting off the cart, meaning no one is getting them some extra percent here. Lil Pepper does pop his ult. That gives them all their shields. And that is a high noon coming out from the side of Yes. Is it going to find any kills? It does take down the Rhine shield though. Rhine shield is now down. Shatter coming out on the side of VMT does immediately get them a pick. The McCree getting pushed off. Shatter coming out on the side of Yes does not actually get anybody. Pin pushing people off the point. Lucio getting a pick on the Zarya, pushing Zarya off the map. Ryan getting the pin onto Reinhardt. Fairly even fight here. Yes, popping a Diva ult does get 3!
Absolutely
immediately
huge.
takes down all the healers. Diva getting out-mech'd. Diva is going to get killed here, and that is it for Yes, taking the 4-0.
That fight was looking pretty even at the end there. However, that Diva bomb came absolutely clutch for the side of Yes, able to wipe the entire enemy team.
Let's see what this play of the game is.
Reinhardt just able to go absolutely massive here.
That was huge. Swap over to our scorecard here. So the final score was 4-0. Yes, being the winner here. Let's just update that and put that forward right where it belongs. If I can find out where the 4 went. Oh boy. There we go. 4-0. For Yes, taking the victory over VMT. There was some hard fought team fights there, but VMT just not having the manpower to take most of these team fights from Yes.
Right, exactly. Things would look very close between the two teams. We'd see some back and forth. I believe on Lijiang Tower we saw a 99-99 reverse sweep. Yeah, and things overall just very interesting between the two teams. But overall, yes, at the end of about almost every team fight seemed to just edge ahead just barely.
Yeah. Well, that's been the match VMT versus Yes. GG's to both teams. I'm gigoo.
Oh, and I am SlyArt_gaming, and thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to this Owlet match, Stage 1, Week 2. Oh, player
Don't even
MVPs.
call out your MVPs, my dude.
Oh, they're calling up MVPs. Who do we agree on MVPs? Which team MVPs? Let's see this. I want to hear what the MVPs from both teams were. Payoff says Noah Carey.
That was actually
Fair enough. Thank you guys for watching. Tune in next time with our next matchups in the Owlet tournament. Lil Pepper VMT. Okay.